Fantastic day to one and all. Thanks for tuning in and sharing with me your time, because that's what all we have is time. Today I'm going to talk about my favorite subject: UFOs, ETs, extraterrestrials, UAPs, crop circles. And I'm a firm believer. I'm not a conspiracy theorist, although if you weigh all the facts, maybe it is a conspiracy. I don't know what the conspiracy would be. But let's just look at the cold, hard facts. Our planet is a very small speck of sand. They say there's more universes out there than there are grains of sand on all the beaches of the world. So when you start to think how large infinity is, infinity means never ending. So when you ask someone, how many other life forms do you think there are? The answer is infinite. It's a very big place, the universe. And there's multi-universes, and we're learning so much. But let's just look at the cold, hard facts. Supposedly, our planet is 4.5 billion years old. The stars that you look up in the night sky, the light it's taken to get to your eyeball and where it ends is hundreds, if not thousands, if not millions of light years away. Right? That's how long it took to get to your eyeball. Billions of light years. We can't travel one light minute. So in the scope of how large everything is, you got to understand, what is the odds that there's just one life form in that vast space? Let's call it space. Okay, so I think I first got interested in crop circles because I had a post-production company in Los Angeles. I had a customer called Harry Delighter Films, and he was a specialist in crop circles. So I had everything running smoothly. Like when I run companies, everyone does the work, and I oversee it. So I had some time on my hands. I went into the lab and watched a lot of crop circle movies. Now, of course, there's some guys in England that made some crop circles. They made a few, but they weren't around in 1649 when the first crop circle was there. They went around then. And they've been around crop circles have been around ever since. Those guys took a board and they flattened, and they did some nice circles, and it was cute. But scientists have looked at the stems of the stalks of the wheat that's been bent over in really amazing shapes, thousands of different shapes. And it's been, I guess, treated with radioactivity because the stem is not broken or snapped. It's the nodule is actually turned at a 90 degree. And that happens overnight because they have a lot of documentation of orbs on video creating these circles. Not a whole lot of them, but a few of them, but they always occur overnight. There's no footprints, and they're elaborate. And then there's the NASCAR lines that you can't see from Earth, but you can see from high in the sky. So that's crop circles, and they're around, and they're happening every day around the world, and they're a phenomenon. I think they're probably messages, because if you think about the age of the universe, aliens, extraterrestrials have been here before mankind. Christopher Columbus saw one. They call it chariots of the gods. They've been written and recorded since, well, man's been writing 5,000 years. So they've been carved on cave walls and in hieroglyphics and in Egypt and all around the world. The oldest writings in the world talk about something coming from the heavens. We call them spaceships, flying saucers. And 100 years ago, if you saw a B-21 bomber going over, that would be pretty freaky. So we're only 200 years into really civilization, and it's an amazing. I keep saying so I'm sorry about that. I love it. I would bet my life on it. My son saw an orb. I've talked to Buzz Aldrin. I've talked to pilots. I've interviewed a lot of people on this channel have seen UFOs. Now they're called unidentified aerial phenomenon. Let me just throw this in real quick. They're talking about artificial intelligence, that we've probably been designed to bring this to the universe, AI. I call it, and I'm going to coin this, I haven't heard anyone else saying it, actual intelligence. It's not artificial because it's real. It's actual intelligence. So maybe they'll change the name to actual. Spread that around for me. So getting back to aliens, the government, the United States government anyway, for 80 years have been suppressing it since Roswell. They have reverse engineered. That's how we got transistors and lasers and all kind of, because we took, if you look at the history of science, and it took a huge leap 80 years ago. And that was because we reverse engineered the crashed vehicles that we have in storage. There's people testifying in Congress, wherever that it's in Congress, not on Congress, in Congress, about their experiences under oath. Now, of course, people lie under oath, but there's too much videos. There's too many testimonials. There's too many archaic artifacts, even. I personally viewed a plate in the Cairo Museum. It's about this, like big, it was a hubcap, and the sides were turned in, 4 different corners. They had oval holes around it. It was very intricate. It was less than a 1/4 inch thick of granite. We can't make one of those right today if we wanted to. We couldn't build the pyramids if we wanted to. I truly believe that anti-gravity helped build the pyramids. There is just too much evidence that we're not alone. Now, why? You see, why aren't they landing on Washington's or White House lawn? Well, they're very intelligent, and they're probably not. They say there's 16 different species living on the Earth, but they're probably as intelligent they are. They don't speak English, they don't speak French or German or Italian or Hebrew. They speak or communicate telepathically, and we are starting to communicate telepathically. And I believe in the future that's how we will communicate, because we do it a little bit with our eyes or emotions. Even your dog looks at you like, you know that he did or she did something wrong. The dog is communicating telepathically. So language, in my opinion, will be archaic in the not so distant future. So they communicate telepathically. There's been many cases of people disappearing, reappearing, because they were abducted. Supposedly the government has the deal. Eisenhower met with extraterrestrials, they say, and made a deal to exchange some humans for technology. Makes a little bit of sense. If you walk down the street and you see an army of ants or any kind of insects, are you going to stop and try to communicate with them? No. That's maybe how they look at us, because I truly believe humans are still cavemen. I mean, we're still so primitive. We have a long way to go. We have a long, long way to go. We've destroyed our planet, and for 200 years, it's quite a feat. Seems how it's, the dinosaurs were here for 100 million years. They didn't destroy the planet. But we have, and we're overpopulating. Some people say we're not populating enough. There's a million opinions out there. There's so much information out there. But if you really want to know about extraterrestrials and what I'm talking about, there's plenty of documentation, plenty of videos. You can't fake, photographic methods that were taken in the 20s, 30s, early days of photography. You can't fake that. And they have photographs of spaceships, mostly flying saucers. We call them flying saucers. There's just too much evidence. It's just, and the numbers, if you just look at the numbers, it's a vast infinite. See, most people can't comprehend, I'd say all people can't comprehend infinity, because everything we know has a beginning and an end. Our lives, our pets' lives, the earth, our sun, they may be a long time, billions of years, but they have a beginning and an end. Maybe the universe does, I don't know. But there's infinite life forms. And they say you can't imagine, humans can't imagine something that's not possible. If you ever watched a Star Wars film, they have a club up in outer space where all kind of species are hanging out, having drinks, carousing. That's going to happen. I really truly believe that's happening now. They are going to be able to do interstellar travel. Basically, let me see if I can make an example somehow here. Well, basically, this is the universe, and we're here, and there's 100 billion miles. They say if you fold it, now you're there instantaneously. So that might happen. We have. I would be frozen today if they could unfreeze me in 100 years from now to see what the hell is going to happen. It's going to be amazing. There's been many very intelligent people that have prophesized what's happening today, and they did that in the 40s and the 30s. So there's a lot of smart people out there, a lot of stupid people, and that's why I created what I'm doing now in life, Be Fantastic International, trying to spread kindness. But every once in a while I get on a subject. These YouTube channels are all one-take wonders. Never do a second take. If the camera falls, I pick it up and keep going, because it's there's no producers, there's no directors or writers or lighting men or anybody helping me. I'm just by myself for the last 5 years, traveling the world, teaching kindness. And every once in a while, I talk about something, or I interview someone, or I do a cooking episode, or I show you what the pyramids look like, or the Giza Zoo, or trip down the Colorado River, whatever it is. I'd like to take the camera out and share it with you. Because a lot of people can't or don't have the ability to travel. Maybe they don't want to travel. Maybe they can't travel. I don't know. But traveling is fantastic. Getting back to aliens. Got to get back to aliens. There's just too much physical proof. There's just so much physical proof. I'm looking forward to meeting one. My wife says I'm from a different planet. My ex-wife. My ex-girlfriend said I'm from Pleiades, a planet far away. I'm kind of a little embarrassed to be a human, quite frankly, because they've done a lot of bad things. We seem to like war more than peace because it makes money. We seem to be a greedy civilization. It's looking like it's leading towards a totalitarian world. They're all calling for a one world order because the rich want to control everything. They already are, but they're going to control it even more. When they take away your physical currency, they're going to track everywhere you go, everything you do, like they're doing in China. They're going to have facial recognition. In China, you walk off a curb and you jaywalk, you immediately get deducted from your account the money. In Cairo, you get a virtual ticket for speeding, not jaywalking. Everyone's jaywalking there. You get a virtual ticket and you get a week or so to pay for it. But they're not going to wait. In many places, they're going to immediately take the money out of your account, and you're going to get social media scores. You're going to get a social score. And if you have a bad social score, you won't be able to take a train or a plane or travel or buy certain things. So they're going to control everyone. It's called a totalitarian world. And they're going to say it's for our best sakes because we don't know what we're doing. They do ask you to conserve electricity and water, and you don't, so they shut it off. So, we aren't listening to their instructions. There's only 17 families out there in the world that are controlling everything. They control BlackRock, Vanguard, all the big money makers out there. And so it's a pyramid, like this pyramid. There's 17 families up here and 8 billion people down there. And we outnumber them. If we could stand up for our rights, we won't have a totalitarian world. But unfortunately, it's leaning that way. I usually don't talk negative things, but sometimes you just got to get it out. You just can't ignore everything. And I probably forgot a lot of things because these aren't scripted. These shows aren't scripted. It's just me talking. And I've learned a lot in my 69 years. A lot. Most people don't have time to do what I do. And I buck the system. The rich don't like me because I buck the system. They want you to work 8 to 5. They want you to go home and watch TV. They're mass media. They're brainwashing. Go to sleep and repeat and rinse. Repeat every day. They want you to do that. We're all controlled. They're controlling us. brainwashing us. They say you shouldn't believe half anything you hear and half of what you see. That's one of the sayings out there. It's crazy. It's a crazy, crazy world. What's going on? And I'm just doing my little part to try to spread a little kindness, open up people's eyes. I might have to start talking more reality and get the facts. It's just the facts. The facts. I think I've said it all. And I know there's something else I want to say, but that's enough for today. Thank you for watching. If you watched this far, like, subscribe, and share. I do have a few things that I'm right about. I think mostly. You know, Rene Descartes said, I think, therefore I am. I think I have the answers to everything. It's debatable whether I do or not, but half the battle is believing that you do. And I've helped a lot of people, and I want to help a lot more. I only have 8,484 ambassadors in 135 countries. It's a start. I'm not doing too badly for a guy without any funding. On my own, I have a couple people that help me with some web stuff in the Philippines, but pretty much it's me doing it. And I don't understand the social media thing, but I'm doing the best I can. Have a fantastic day. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to others. Be kind to Mother Earth. She's not going to last that long. I hope we get through it. I hope we start to clean it up, be accountable for our actions. We don't expect the governments to do it. Don't expect the rich people to do it, you know. But the 3 commitments to kindness do solve all mankind's problems. And if you don't believe me, call me, text me. I'll explain it. But I think my 4 websites, my 2,000 videos plus on YouTube here, my Instagram, my TikTok, my X, all explain pretty much what I'm trying to tell you. And kindness will make you live longer, look better, feel better, and make the world a better place. Have a fantastic day, everyone. Like, subscribe, and share.